All right, guys. Hello. How are you? I got a couple requests the other day for a quick little hair demo with my favorite hair wand. So I figured I would do that today. I have it linked down in the carousel with some of my other favorite hair products. I tend to stick to like a lot of the same products. I don't change them a lot. Like when I find something that works good for me, I just continue to use it over and over. So these are all like kind of tried and true favorites of mine. So if you're looking for some good hair products in addition to the wand, then they're already linked down below. You can just scroll, kind of toggle back and forth at any point during the stream, go get more info on those items, and or go shopping, of course. I obviously have my hair just dry and straight, so I'm gonna plug in the wand and I may do my whole head. We'll see how this goes. I might just do half just to kind of show you guys and then go over some of the items that are down in the carousel. But let me plug this in so that this can warm up and we can get started. So I wear extensions. I have microbead extensions, and so I just got my hair done the other day, so they're pretty tight. But mine are, you can see the little beads up here. They're the same color as my hair, so they blend right in, but I have like 100 of them throughout my entire head. I have really, really thin hair. So if you have extensions and you're worried about how this might work with your hair, I don't think you need to worry about it. Like I said, I use it all the time and I have absolutely no issues. I've been using it for years. I am going to just drop a couple of quick notes in the chat before I get started. And if you have any questions, just feel free to drop them in the chat as well. So I actually have all of this hair stuff in a beauty list on my storefront. I'm going to drop that in the chat. I have to find my little, I should have grabbed this before I hopped on here. I'm dropping sorry, I can't do two things at once. Dropping my storefront in the chat right now. If you want to go check out like all the beauty items there, you can do that. But you can also find all of this stuff in my storefront. If you can't stay for the whole stream, you can always refer back to the stream, but you can also just shop them all from the beauty list. So I'm going to get started here. I'm going to leave this right now, the carousel, on the wand. So obviously this is what you're seeing. Down below is the first item. So I have it turned on. I have it on the hottest one right now, but I'm actually going to turn it down to the lower one. I don't really like to use products over 350 on my hair because, again, I do have hair extensions. So I try to, keep them as healthy as I can. And I'm actually due for new hair. So I get new hair like once a year. So this is kind of towards the end of its life, for lack of better words. So obviously, the least amount of, heat is obviously better for me. So basically what I like to do, and I'll toggle over to this really quickly. This is the brush that I use for everything. This is the wet brush. Mine's just purple, but the pink one's in the carousel right now. It's actually on deal. It's 52% off. And this is great for all hair types. So like I said, I have really thin, flat, fine hair. But I love it. It just like glides through your hair really nice. Gets tangles out really easily. This is what my daughter uses. She's really little, she's 9. But basically for the wand, I like to just separate my hair like in half. So, and I don't even really usually brush it because this is not meant to be a really perfect kind of look anyway. So I just take like the top half and put it up. I usually don't even brush it, but I take the top and I just stick it up and out of the way. It doesn't need to look nice. And these hair ties, by the way, are also in the carousel. Isn't that cute? All right, so I'm ready to do this side first. Like I said, I do the bottom first and then I do the top, but it really doesn't matter. Whatever you think is, easier for you or better for you is fine. If you have thick hair, obviously you'll probably want to use a little bit less in the wand, like at a time. But again, I have really thin hair, so I take it and I bring it pretty much to my scalp. You're just going to let it sit in there for a few seconds, you know, depending on how deep you want that wave. And then all you're going to do is just slide it down. So it's these top two are obviously one piece. You're just going to open it a little and slide it down. I always do this standing up, so we'll see how this goes. But I do put a heat protectant in my hair before I do this, by the way, which is in the carousel. I'll show it to you in a second. I have a mirror over here because I cannot do it like on the computer. I have to look in an actual mirror. So the Biolage Thermal Active, I think it's called Thermal Active Spray, is a heat protectant. So that's what I use before I do this. I already put it in my hair because I actually put it in my hair before I blow dry it. So obviously my hair's dry already. So there you go. There is the first set of waves, if you will. I'm going to pop over to the setting spray that I just showed you guys. I definitely recommend putting in a heat protectant before using any hot tools. But this is the one that I like. It's Biolage and it's $21, but it lasts like forever. So unless you are curling or using hot tools on your hair every single day, this will last you a really long time. You really don't need a lot. You just spray it kind of once all over, and then, you know, you just brush it through. So kind of like a little goes a long way. All right, I am gonna pop this back over to the curling wand, and I'm gonna keep kind of moving along with this. So I don't even do mine like, you know, perfectly. Like, see, I'm still taking like a piece here from the top. There we go. I like to put it behind so it's totally out of the way. And then you're just gonna do the same thing here. I like to get it, again, as close to my scalp as I can because I have like no volume in my hair. So any volume that I can get closer to, you know, the top, the better off for me. But obviously some people don't really like their hair, like the waves or the curls to start really close to their head, so they'll just start it down a little further. But for me, it's more so that I need the volume, so I just start mine closer to the top. So I would say, like, I mean, obviously I have really, really long hair. And again, I have the hair extensions. So I think depending on, you know, the texture of your hair, the length of your hair, all that good stuff, it's going to vary like how long it's going to take you to actually finish your entire head. But it really doesn't take much time at all. I could probably do my whole head in like 15 minutes. And again, this is not meant to be like a perfect look. So it's meant to be like a really kind of loose, like beachy wave. So it doesn't have to be perfect. That's too much hair. Hey, Amazon customer, thanks for following. How are you? So this is a little hard sitting down. Like I said, I usually do it standing up in my bathroom. There we go. But this is, to me, is so much easier than a curling iron. I feel like when I curl my hair, I either over curl it or I under curl it, and then I end up having to like brush it and it gets kind of frizzy. And so for me, this is just a lot easier. You know, I think if you have different texture hair, curling your hair is probably like a little more consistent. But with mine, it never seems to work out perfectly. So this for me is just a better option. I think I put a little too much hair in this one. It's okay. So it does have 2 heat settings on it. It has, but they're in Celsius. The higher one is over 400 degrees, and then the lower one is like 356. So like I said, I like to keep mine around that 350 mark because I do have extensions. So if you want to make it hotter, obviously you can. But if you're worried about like really high temps, it does have that lower option too. And then obviously if you like to have yours like a little straight at the end or a little kind of like undone, you don't have to curl the bottom or, you know, wave the bottom. I just prefer it that way. I feel like it looks a little more kind of like finished. So I slept with my daughter like 2 weeks ago, literally 2 weeks ago, and I like the whole time I was in there, and obviously if you have kids you probably have done this before, like the whole time I was in there I was thinking to myself like I'm gonna get up soon and go downstairs, and I never ended up doing it, so I kind of like half slept the whole entire night, and I've had a stiff neck ever since. It has literally been 2 weeks and I'm like dying over here from a stiff neck. I'm also sweating in here. So I also linked some of my other favorite just hair products in general in the carousel. The next one actually is great if you like to wear your hair in like slick buns or ponytails, if you like, you know, pulling your hair back, or even if you like wearing it down but kind of like slicked back. This is awesome for that because it's not like really greasy. It's more of like a balm. So it's actually a wax. So this is the Bedhead by TG. It's a hair wax stick. And basically you just push it up at the bottom. I don't want to push it up too much because I don't have to push it back down. But the consistency is more of like a waxy finish than anything else. And it's alcohol free and it helps to keep your hair like really kind of tacked down without that greasy look. So if you prefer doing your hair like that, this is awesome. And it's actually on sale today. 28% off, so it's only $14.38. All right, I'm moving on to a different section of my hair. I'm actually gonna do this whole side and then I'll move over to the other side. So obviously, as you know, I've been talking this whole time and not really staying on task, and I'm already just about done with half of my head. So really does not take much time at all. So the hair wand that I'm using is $21.99 today. You can go in and check out the rest of the reviews, but honestly, I think that if you have a hard time like doing your hair, curling your hair, but you like to have like a little bit of, you know, style and body, this is definitely the way to go. Actually, I've had friends who do hair like for a living, that I've shared this with them and they love it too. So it's just a great tool, like overall, I think. And it does have, obviously, as you probably already saw, it does have the little clip kind of claw at the bottom so that when you put it down on your counter, it doesn't, you know, damage your countertops if you're using it like in your bathroom or whatnot. All right, so this is the last strand over on this side. Then we're gonna move over to the other side. How's everybody doing today? So it's just obviously, as you can see, super, super easy. And obviously you can tell from like just this other side not being done and how, you know, the texture of my natural hair, you can just see how much extra body it gives me. And I'm not even really doing it perfectly. So there we go. All right, so this side is done. So clearly way more volume on this side than this side. And I didn't even put in any product. So when I use this, I don't add any hairspray. I don't add like any mousse. I really don't do anything except for the heat protectant before I get started. And it's just an easy but like kind of put together, not put together, but you know, styled look that literally takes minutes. So I'm gonna finish the other side, and honestly, I usually don't even put my hair like up or back when I'm doing it. I usually just like flip it over, but for the sake of being here on camera, I did that for you guys. I'll do that again so that if anybody comes on, they can actually see that my hair is done on that one side. But you don't have to. I mean, it's like I said, it's meant to be like not a perfect style. It's just meant to be like a loose, beachy. I need to do it tighter. All right. There we go. So see, I have like hardly any hair. I really do not have a lot of hair. All right, so I'm gonna get started on the other side. Uh-oh. I gotta move some stuff here before the cord knocks everything over. All right. So I'm gonna click on, while I'm doing this, I'm gonna click on some of these items below for you guys so I can give you some info on some of these other items here. This is my favorite blow dryer. It's by Conair, and it's really small but mighty. So if you travel a lot, this is a good blow dryer for packing in your suitcase. Doesn't take up a lot of space, but it has high watts. So like I said, it is really powerful, and it gives a really, like, I guess you could say even dry, and it, you know, helps keep your hair smooth. So like I said, I have really thin, fine hair, and so, you know, I really need to use products that kind of help. If it's going to be flat and with no body, it's at least got to be like silky and shiny. So I like this blow dryer for that. It also comes with a diffuser, and then it also comes with a like concentrated attachment so that you can get that really sleek finish. My cord is pretty tight here. I'm gonna have to move this. Uh-oh. And it's also really affordable too. It's under $40, well, today. So it's normally $59.99. Today it's on deal, 33% off, so it's only $39.99. And then I actually put, if you do prefer to curl your hair versus use the waver, I did put my favorite curling iron there. It actually looks like it might not even be, you have to click over to see all buying options. It's not like available from the general or kind of like main listing. But that is the only curling iron that I use. It's actually a wand also, but it doesn't have the clamp like a regular curling iron. For me, regular curling irons, because my hair is so fine and so thin, they usually leave that clamp mark. So I just prefer to do it without. So I like the wand. I'm just going to separate this into two. So then another item down there in the carousel is the Gimme Bands that I swear by now. So the Gimme Bands are awesome because they don't leave a crease, and they actually, like, if you're putting your hair in like a, you know, typical ponytail, they actually give your hair a little bit of body, like right from the like the root of wherever you're putting the hair tie. I have one, oh, it's actually in my hair. The other cool thing about them is that they make them for all different hair types. So they have it's called the Any Fit, which I use, and that's good for thin, thick, or curly hair, really any hair. Then they have ones specifically for thin hair. They have ones specifically for thick hair, etc., etc., and they're really strong. So I used to always use the goody hair ties, you know, the kind of like, I guess you could say old school one. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but they're really thin, And over time, they eventually, you know, the elastic wears out and you have to just throw them out. So that's why I grabbed the Gimme Bands, and they're so much better. They're definitely more expensive, but they're worth it in the long run because the quality is better and they're like less damaging on your hair. So I use, like I said, I use the AnyFit, but you can get them specifically for thin or thick hair too. All right, so next item down there is the Bumble and Bumble. I actually found this. I gotta use my toes here. I actually found this from a friend. My husband and I went with our kids on vacation, and for whatever reason, the from swimming in the pool, both my hair and my daughter's hair were like crazy knotty, and I had to get, it was so bad, I had to get something delivered to the hotel like immediately. And so our friends just so happened to be visiting us at the hotel, and my friend is a hairstylist, and I was like, OMG, like what am I gonna do with my daughter's hair? She was like, just order Bumble and Bumble. I had never heard of it. So I ordered it, and it's great. The thing that I like about it is that it's really light. So if you do, again, have like really thin, flat hair and you're worried about heavy products or buildup, this is definitely a good option. This is the lotion, tonic lotion primer. So that's what you're seeing now in the carousel. It's $20.39. It's 11% off. And it's a huge bottle. Again, this is just like a misting spray. So it's technically for medium to thick hair. And it's like a good pre-styler, but it also will help with tangles. So that is a good one as well. I also put my favorite shampoos and conditioners down in the carousel. This one is Redken. And I found it a couple months ago, actually, when I was shopping, of course, here on Amazon. This is the All Soft Conditioner, and it's really thick, but it doesn't weigh your hair down. So again, all my girls with thin, flat, fine hair understand what it's like. We don't want products that weigh our hair down. And so I really like this one because of that. It's 5% argan oil, 5% moisture complex, and it's a pH balanced formula. They also do have the shampoo that goes with it if you want the shampoo. I actually like using the Redken conditioner paired with the Maui Moisture shampoo. So I just toggled over to that in the carousel. I ran out of it, so I don't have any left. And I've been using Pureology like in the meantime. So that's also in the carousel too. I have that one here, and I'll share that with you as well. The cool thing about the Maui Moisture is that it's like free of all the sulfates and everything. So again, I have extensions, so I try to do everything sulfate free. This one is it's vegan, it's eco-friendly. They use coconut water, pure aloe. There's no gluten, there's no parabens, no silicones, no mineral oil, like all that good stuff. It's very clean. All right, I'm turning that off. And then actually, I forgot to grab this one too. If you're looking for a really good detangler, love this one. I've been using it for years. It's an alternative to the Bumble and Bumble if this just isn't working for you, because that definitely can be the case depending on your hair texture. The It's a 10 hair care leave-in treatment will definitely take your tangles out. It's just a little heavier. But I love them both. The Miracle 10 hair care Miracle Cream is $26 today, 7% off. So roughly like around that same price point. And then the hydrology items, I actually do use these together. So the shampoo is what you're seeing now. I also like that the bottles sit upright on the lid. I know, it's the little things. But this is good for dry and color treated hair. So if you have, I have color treated hair because this is my natural hair color, but I color treat it because I get grays. So obviously I still don't want the color to fade. This is good for color treated hair. It's a little pricey. It's $35, but it's a pretty good size bottle. It's about 9 ounces. And then again, like I said, I do use it with the conditioner, which is also good for color treated hair. That one's also in the carousel. But these are all products that I personally use regularly. Like I said earlier, I don't like to, when I find something that I like, I tend to, I just really don't switch it up often. So these are like tried and true products for me. So if you're looking for good hair care products, this is what I use. Everything in the carousel are things that I use myself. All right, so obviously I'm done. This is the beach waves with the hair wand. And so the hair wand today, back to the carousel, is $21.99. I think it's a great gift idea. And again, if you just like to do your hair, but you find curling irons to be difficult to work with, I definitely recommend this. This is my go-to. So that's it. Gives you lots of body up, towards the top, but also gives you those waves without being overly curled. I love it. Really easy to use and under 22 bucks today. So that's all I've got for you guys. I'm going to get ready to scoot. Got lots of other work to do. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, you can always message me on Instagram. I'm easy to find. You can also follow me here on Amazon. If you do that, Amazon will sometimes notify you, when I end up going live, and you can watch my streams. Other than that, you can also watch my previous streams directly from my storefront. That is already linked in the chat. You can always go there to view previous streams. But thank you guys for being here. I will most likely be back tomorrow. Not sure what I'm going to cover, but I'll be here at some point. So